Radio or FST Broadcasting Corporation.
WTBQ.
Good morning. You are listening to the Nonprofit Notebook. I am so excited. I think I say this every show, but my special guest is with us today from Subaru, and I'm going to have him introduce yourself. But before we do that, my name is Anquinette Hayles. I am the Advancement Consultant for Greystone Programs, and with me today is the oh-so-talented
Mr. Ken Banks, Mid-Hudson Subaru.
Mr. Ken Banks from Mid-Hudson Subaru. Ken, I am elated that we have the opportunity to have you on the radio with us today. So let's talk a little bit about what brought you to the Hudson Valley, other than being the newest GM to the Subaru family.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. I was trying to start a family. My wife and I have fertility issues, and I moved from Pennsylvania to Dallas. So when I went out there, my wife went there for a surrogate. Unfortunately, the surrogate didn't work out, and it left me available to move to New York to take over this beautiful store.
Wow. So you are in the Hudson Valley to start a family, and definitely our best wishes and prayers go out to you as you're on this journey to starting the family. And what better place to start a family than the Hudson Valley? I tell everyone that we are extremely blessed to live out here because the Hudson Valley is such a beautiful place. Wouldn't you agree?
I would 100% agree. It's one of these, I've been very fortunate to travel around America, and this is one of those little nooks within America that most people think of New York as New York City, and they don't think of this beautiful area.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how you got started with the Subaru family, or just in general into just a passion for cars and sales.
Sure. So I have a unique story. So first of all, I grew up very poor, like super poor. All the poor kids in school made fun of me for being so poor. So I went to the military initially, and then when I was on leave one day, I was at a bus stop, and this homeless man was sitting by me at the bus stop. All of a sudden, a Lincoln Navigator pulls up, and at this point in my life, I had never seen an SUV. I certainly never seen a luxury SUV, and this one had like fancy wheels that spin and stuff like that. So I'm just staring at this car. So this homeless man beside me says, "You know, if you go work for a car dealership, they'll give you one of those to drive." I had a Mickey Mouse shirt on and really dirty clothes, and I just started walking from one dealership to the next. So it would be the equivalent of walking from Poughkeepsie to Harlem. I walked very far. I just went from one car dealership to another car dealership over and over, asking people if I can get a job. And every single car dealership literally laughed at me. Right? They literally laughed at me and said, "Of course you can't work for me." So I went to all these dealerships, and all of a sudden I walked to a Lexus store. And I walked to the Lexus store, and I said, "Can I get a job here?" And they laughed at me again. They said, "Of course you cannot." So I ended up walking another few miles north, and I walked to a Toyota dealership. Mm-hmm. And I walked into the pre-owned department because I couldn't imagine someone buying a new car. In my mind, everyone must buy a used car. Who buys a new car, right? So I walked into the used car department, and I said, "Can I get a job here?" They looked me up and down and said, "Of course not." But if you go to the new car department, they're having a training program, and if you can clear the training program, they'll let you start selling cars.
Wow.
So I went over there. They told me I was going to clear the training program. They told me they're going to pay me $1,600 a month, and that's more money they had seen in my life. And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to retire. That's $400 a week. I get to pay rent. I get to have a car. I get to have food also." So I ended up going over there, and I excelled very early in the car business, and I ended up sort of bouncing around like through management. Mm-hmm. So through that, I ended up landing with a group that ended up selling to a larger group that introduced me to Subaru, and I began working in general managing stores like Subaru. So that is my story.
Wow, that is quite a story. And just one that just shows hard work, dedication, some tenacity can really pay off, just being able to go from place to place and not take no for an answer. I think sometimes that's all it takes, right, is being able to see something that you want and just make up your mind that no matter what, you're going to go after and obtain it. And now look at you today. And Subaru is such a fantastic organization, business out here in the Hudson Valley. I mean, you all are doing an amazing work similar to Greystone. You received, I believe it was this year, the Community Commitment Award.
We did.
So let's talk a little bit about that. That speaks volumes to your contribution to this area.
One of the unique things about Subaru, that if you look at most dealerships around town, they'll start advertising like, hey, you know, what price can I get, what rates can I get, et cetera, which is important. Everyone wants to get a good deal. But Subaru goes over and above. They say what matters as much as getting a good deal is how much involved we are in the community. So as a person, so Greystone resonates with me for two reasons. First of all, I'm a disabled. I have a condition called multiple sclerosis. The other thing is that I believe that the things we do in the community matter more than just a short-term transaction.
I like that. You don't want these short-term transactions, but essentially, we want a lifetime partnership. Yeah, a lifetime partnership. And, you know, I like to say it's a family. And that's how we really promote Greystone, even on social media, is that this is a family. It's not just about coming to work or coming to support, but it's coming to be a member of, you know, what we're doing in the Hudson Valley. And we are proud to say that Subaru is a part of the Greystone family, and just everything that you all stand for and what you're doing, not just for Greystone, but even other organizations. I think it is remarkable. Just having the Consumer Satisfaction Award even for 2023. I mean, I think this was a really good year for Subaru.
We cannot complain. If we did, nobody would care. No, we put our best foot forward with serving our community. We serve first and sell later.
Serve first and sell later. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about one of the things that you love most about the Hudson Valley before we take a quick break. Sure.
So one of the things that I absolutely love the most out here is the scenery, right? So I'm a person that I love trees. If someone says you can be around trees or you can be around the beach, I'm going to pick trees. So the fact that it's so hilly, I was so pleasantly surprised with all the trees and foliage and everything that happens when you're in a four-season climate. And just the way the Hudson Valley looks and is set up for the entire community, it just looks great. I love it here.
Well, I am so glad, and this has been wonderful just kind of getting to know you for this first segment. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Nonprofit Notebook. With us today, we have Ken Bakes, General Manager of Subaru, and we'll be right back.
Greystone Programs is a nonprofit human services agency that provides essential services to more than 600 children, adults, and families living with autism and other developmental disabilities. Greystone Programs also provides residential support in a community environment with 17 homes in the Mid-Hudson Valley area. Greystone Programs offers exceptional care and support for a variety of programs and services. To get involved or for more information, visit greystoneprograms.org.
Be listening on Friday, December the 8th at 4 p.m. as we conclude a hometown Christmas with Part 10, brought to you by the Eclectic Shops at Lake Street in Monroe.
WTBQ.
Okay, we are back. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to the Nonprofit Notebook. I'm your host, Anquinette Hayles, Advancement Consultant with Greystone Programs. And with me today, we have the very lovely, talented Ken Banks from Subaru. Yeah, Mr. Ken Banks from Subaru. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Of course. I'm It's my pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so for anyone just tuning in, just give them a quick recap. What are you doing over at Subaru?
Sure. So we're mid Hudson Subaru on Route 9. So we're hard to miss. We have a lot of Christmas decorations out front. So, but the main thing we're doing is being involved with everyone that needs us to be involved. So I will take it. So myself personally, I needed programs when I was a child. So I needed food programs and coat programs, et cetera. So like what we're doing right now is doing a coat drive for people that don't necessarily have the coats they need. We are involved in every time I get some email from someone that said they may need some help, I certainly listen to these emails, and none of them fall on deaf ears. So if you're listening to it and you need some help with something, don't hesitate to reach out to me and just let me know if you need help with anything. And for that matter, Greystone is our partner, and they extend our help, right? So we try our best to support them. They're our main charity of support. So when you are able to purchase a vehicle from us, then we donate $300 to the charity of your choice, one of those being Greystone.
Absolutely. And we are excited to be a part of the Subaru family again for this 2023 holiday season. The Share the Love event is nationwide, correct?
It is.
It is.
We've raised a lot of money. Subaru itself raised a lot of money, but not only Subaru, every person that buys a car, the only reason the money gets raised is because someone decides to form a partnership with a dealership someplace. So Subaru definitely contributes a lot of money, but the reality is all of our customers are raising all this money. So when you're buying a Subaru, make sure you understand that you're actually buying it and it makes a difference.
Yeah. So anyone you're saying that comes in through, is there a specific set of dates, or is there a cutoff date?
The cutoff date is January 2nd, so we have plenty of time left, plenty of time to, and for that matter, if someone is listening to this, just shoot me an email if you want a car, then I'll make sure you get more than taken care of.
Okay, you heard it.
But we're going
to
make sure that we continue to contribute, and what's important to me is, again, that we build a lifetime partnership, so it's not only about selling you one car. We want to sell you cars forever. We want to service your cars. We want to service you and your family cars. We want to generally build a partnership with the community.
Yes, and I love that. So we talked about a couple of things. So if you're listening, we're speaking with Ken Banks from Subaru out in Wappingers Falls, and they currently have a coat drive going on, as well as their annual Share the Love event, where anyone that goes into Subaru buys a vehicle gets a service.
Something I definitely don't want to add less than this. We also did an art competition, and on our showroom floor, if you walk around, we have the 3 winning pieces of artwork on the showroom floor with a whole drive that's going on right now, and we're getting ready for Christmas. We have a ton of Christmas decorations. We try to have fun at the store. I always say it should be fun to buy a car, and it should be fun to sell a car. So it has to be fun for everybody.
Okay, so lots of fun going on. All right, so let's backtrack. So we have the coat drive going on. How long is the coat drive going on for?
The coat drive is also going on to January 2nd.
Till January 2nd, and then you have the art display that's going on, which I think is fantastic. So definitely, Hudson Valley, stop into the Mid-Hudson Subaru and check out some of the artwork on display, as well as the holiday decorations in the lobby. And who knows, maybe, open up one of those doors and sit inside one of the showroom cars and check it out. I know I did. When I stopped by to meet Ken, I was speaking with someone at the front desk, and he was so kind, and I just really appreciated just even how knowledgeable he was. I don't even think he really understood how much I appreciated his knowledge and all of the information that he gave me. And he allowed me to put one of our table tents in one of the vehicles. And I was like, you're good. You're good. I was like, you're kind of selling it without even selling me the vehicle. Because he's like, yeah, go in, go open the door, sit in the vehicle. And I was like, this is nice. The color was nice. The updated technology on the dashboard, I loved. And I had never even looked at a Subaru vehicle before. So I was like, wow, okay, I like this. I may have to come back and stop in and do a test drive.
There's a lot of different aspects whenever anyone's looking at a vehicle, but the most important thing is how you feel. Right?
Absolutely.
So, and performance. So the reality is everyone makes good cars. So Subaru makes good cars, Ford makes good cars, Toyota, everybody makes good cars. But what everyone doesn't have is the professionalism and courteousness that my staff has. So when you come into our store, then you're going to be treated well. Like we always make a point to say, we treat our customers like people, not like customers.
Absolutely. And I definitely felt that. And I definitely can appreciate all of the hospitality that we're always given, not just me, but just Greystone in general. And anyone that's ever gone there has definitely come back with just such a warm example of their experience with Subaru. So we appreciate that. And we appreciate Subaru supporting Greystone Programs as we continue to service children, adults, families with autism and other developmental disabilities. Because for us at Greystone, it's really about enriching lives, one person at a time. And again, it's so great to be a part of the Subaru family because you all have taken that mission and run with it. And the fact that you have selected Greystone for another year with the Share the Love event is just really wonderful. So thank you.
Of course, and I have no intent to stop that support. So I do want to make a mention of, I know you guys support people with disabilities and learning disabilities. And so one of the things that is very difficult for a lot of people to grasp is how difficult some of these challenges can be, right? So without that helping hand of someone reaching out and say, I'm willing to help out, then it's so important for us all just to get out there and help. So what I like to call things like some disabilities are something you can see, right, and some disabilities you cannot see.
Correct.
And whenever you're dealing with a disability that you can't see, it's very difficult to explain to people.
I agree. And Greystone is home to some remarkable individuals who have really dedicated their lives to this work. And the one thing I can definitely say is anytime an individual or family reaches out to Greystone, there is someone on the other side of the phone that's willing to lend a helping hand. As you said it earlier, just really be there to create that connection and build support, not just for that one transaction, but for a lifetime. And so that's just one of the beautiful things about Greystone is that, again, there are some phenomenal professionals who are just willing to help in any way that they can, even if it's getting an individual or family connected with services. Maybe their reach is beyond, or maybe their need is beyond what can be done within the Hudson Valley area. Maybe they're in another area. If they need the information, individuals at Greystone are definitely always willing to help. And this has been such a phenomenal year for both organizations. And Ken, I'm again so grateful that you were able to come on the show today. This is actually our last broadcast for 2023. So that's what makes it extra special that you are closing out our 2023 year in style, in service, true to the Subaru mission, correct?
Absolutely. We aim to serve first.
Serve first. What was it? Serve first, sale second?
Oh, yeah. Sale is definitely a second priority.
Second priority. So before we wrap up, is there...
Service is most important.
Service and support, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to mention? Any encouraging words as we all lead into
Sure.
the 2024 year?
We're going to fall along the lines of what people are looking for out there, to where people are looking for a dealership to meet a certain financial need, but we definitely meet the need of service, right? So if you want a great deal, you can absolutely come here and get the best deal of any car dealership, more for your trade-in, more for everything. But what you'll get that you won't get at every dealership here is the great level of service.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, Ken, thank you so much. And on behalf of Greystone Programs Incorporated, thank you to all of our community partners, our corporate sponsors, just all those who've connected with us this entire year and who continuously connect with us. We are so appreciative of your support. Be on the lookout for all things Greystone in 2024. We have a lot of events coming up. We have currently, before we actually enter into 2024, we have our annual appeal that's out. So be on the lookout for that in your inbox. And then in 2024, we have our Leap for Autism coming up. So check out our website so you can save the date. We have our Autism Awareness Night at the stadium. Be sure to save the date for that, and a host of other things. So again, as we wrap up this 2023 year, we just want to say thank you. We appreciate you, and we wish you all a happy new year and a happy holiday season. So check us out on social. Be sure to like, share, follow. And that's our time. Thank you. You're tuned in to the Nonprofit Notebook. We appreciate you.